Well, this is awkward.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. Big Birkin bag, hold 5-6 figures.
Good morning, good evening, good day to everybody that's watching. Thank you for coming, period. If you're new, welcome. And if you're a returning member of the church, welcome back. Thank you for coming to my world, the world of Jalen. We're so happy to have you. Please take your shoes off because I don't know where the you been. This channel is just basically being used for talking about whatever I want and doing whatever I like to be invested in. And today we're going to be discussing something that I really love, which is music. Thank you. Today we're going to be discussing the top 10 albums, or should I say my top 10 albums for 2024. I feel like whenever there's a year full of chaos, mayhem, and bullshit, music has to come in and save my life. Otherwise, I have to call my coworkers.
Hopefully I answer by the time I finish singing.
And I would definitely say that the music this year really did it for me. There were some good contenders. So we're going to give the girls the credit that they deserve for putting their foot into these projects because they bang. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Actually, before we do that, I want to give some disclaimers. Number one, this is opinion-based, based on my opinion. These are not rooted in fact. These are not rooted in pop base. They're Jalen based. So please keep that in mind. If you don't agree, that's okay. We don't have to agree. This is not a dictatorship, unless you want to talk stupid. It can be one. We can do it.
Well, we won't go there, but
We can.
Secondly, this list is full of R&B albums, meaning that if the album was R&B or R&B leaning, that's going to be mentioned in this list. If you don't hear an album being mentioned, go back to that album and ask yourself, is this an R&B album? And if it's not, that's why it wasn't, you know?
This is what I mean when I say you don't think.
I'm thinking.
You don't think.
I'm thinking.
So we're gonna go ahead and get into it now that we got that out the way. Let's go. Number 10, I'm gonna have to put Trouble in Paradise by Chloe. And I already feel like there's some tension. I feel like people are already saying some things. And I just want you to know you have to be calm.
Girl, be calm.
No.
I feel like as a person who liked In Pieces, especially when I listened to it full through for like the second or third time, I feel like Trouble in Paradise was a good sophomore album, a very good sophomore album to come after that. I feel like Chloe is definitely more comfortable now as a solo artist, which obviously comes with growth. And I feel like you can definitely hear that in like her execution of her vocals, vocal production, regular production. And I wish people would give her the credit that she deserves for being a solo artist after coming from a duo like Chloe and Halle, because first of all, they're sisters, so they've always been attached at the hip. So the fact that she's had to be a solo artist for this long in the first place anyway, I know that's been hard. For her to be in this position where she's now being comfortable in being a solo artist, and you can hear that in her music, we shouldn't have to be forcing them to do things together as a duo. They are both two different women who are two different artists. One is literally a mom. So I feel like we just should let them do their own thing. And it's not like they haven't managed the Chloe and Halle brand while being solo artists at the same time. Yes, have they only been doing water commercials and commercials for Pandora? I mean, listen, you gotta crawl before you walk. So let them do what they do. And the third album will be coming soon. And that I'm excited for. But yes, Trouble in Paradise by Chloe was good. My favorite song on the album is Want Me by Chloe featuring Halle. Listen, it's Chloe and Halle. When Chloe and Halle get together, things stop. Your body stops moving. You remember exactly where you were when you first heard it. Come on now, we can't really get past that. So that's my favorite song. Thank you, ladies. For number 9, I'm definitely gonna have to say that it is The Boy in Me by Dylan St. Clair. I just like when R&B boys actually do R&B. Yearning, the emotion, production value, vocal value. That seems to be a lost art in R&B today, or at least within mainstream R&B. And I'm glad that there are still R&B artists, R&B men, I should say, that are still executing R&B the way it should be, the way it was intended to be. My favorite song on the album would definitely be Crew Over Boo. I just feel like whenever there's a Timbaland or Missy inspired beat, that's automatically going to be the best song on the album. I mean, there's really no way around that. And that's fine. Period. So, Crew Over Boo, thank you for that song. Next, at number 8, I would definitely have to put Gap Year by Layla. I love when Nepotism Babies work. When Nepotism Babies go to work, they go to work. And the fact that we didn't even know that she was a Nepotism Baby until like, what, a few months ago or like a year ago, she ate that. I really know what to tell you. I feel like the album was really good. I definitely feel like she taps into more of the younger Gen Z R&B sound, alternative R&B sound, which obviously there's nothing wrong with that. And I just think that she really did this good. Their intro was really good. That intro was fire. My favorite song of the album would definitely be Grand Opening. I just feel like I need to be in somebody's spaceship listening to that song because that different areas. Speaking of areas, actually, no, not yet. I got excited. Okay, I got to stop. If you're asking why I look a little bit different, it's because I forgot to put number 7 in the original video that I was doing all the way through. Don't judge. Please listen and don't judge. Like, I need y'all to stop. You're judging. Number 7 is going to go to Bird's Eye by Reverend Lene. When we're talking about soft tone girls, and I know y'all like to bash soft tone girls, please do not talk about Reverend Lene. Don't bash her, because I will fight. That's the girl that works. That's a girl that's been producing good quality music since I was in, junior year of high school, sophomore year of high school. We do not talk bad about Reverend Lene. Not in this house, we won't. No Nose. I think that album was really good. That's always been my girl. She's always produced quality music. She always produces no-skip albums. It is what it is. My favorite song on this album, I would definitely have to say, is Bad Idea. Bad Idea. I knew that from the snippet. I claimed it when the snippet dropped. I said, yeah, that's mine. And that's what happens. So thank you, Raven. Number 6, I would put Mutt by Leon Thomas. I love that 2023/2024 has been a year of the underdog because Leon Thomas, as well as somebody else who will be mentioned on this list, the fact that they have written and produced so many of our favorite songs over the years and are now coming into their own artistry and getting the same type of notoriety and fame, that cleared. That did it because they deserve. Mutt was a really good album. I really like Leon's style of R&B. I feel like nobody's really doing it like that. Like the way he does his verses and things like that. I don't know. It's just, I really like it. My favorite song on the album, I would have to say, is either between Yes It Is or Vibes Don't Lie. I've been listening to Vibes Don't Lie a lot more lately, so I guess I could say that, but those two songs really do it for me. So thank you, Leon. Number 5, I'm going to say, is Revenge by Money Long. And I feel like, why is nobody clapping? Why don't hear nobody clapping? Because you should be. Because who else is doing contemporary R&B like Money Long today?
Christina!
Christina's gone.
I didn't think you would have an answer. And you know why she does it so well? It's because she was there behind the scenes when contemporary R&B was popular. She was there, and she probably wrote some of the songs that we consider classics today. And just like I said with Leon, I love when the underdogs are coming into their own artistry and getting the fame and notoriety. And even when these labels try to do wrong by them by trying to take their songs and try to put them on somebody else, somebody a little bit lighter, they say no. I'm my own person now. I'm my own artist now. Literally, Priscilla is gone. Priscilla is gone. That is Money Long. She's standing on her own ground. And I just love that for her. More of that. I need more of that. Thank you, Money, for what you've done. Thank you, Leon. And thank you, Victoria. This has been the year or the 2 years for the underdog. And I need more of that. Number 4, I would put Submissive 2 by Destin Conrad. I love my gays.
I'm nothing without my gays.
I don't feel like it gets more sensual than Destin Conrad. And the fact that he is talking about boys, and he's making it evident that he's talking about boys. That's the kind of R&B I need. I need y'all to be truthful about who y'all are talking about, who y'all love interests are, and stop trying to be like this whole discreet. Like, I need to know who we're talking about. I need to know who we're talking about. And Justin Conrad is not hiding that. And good for him. I need more of that. Thank you. Favorite song on this album, objectively speaking, or at least as objective as I can be, Same Mistakes, but I identify with War a lot more because I would. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah.
Number 3, I was debating on putting this on the list, but I feel like if we're talking about alternative R&B, electronic R&B, my sister needs to be in the mix of the conversation. She probably needs to be the one holding the class, and that is going to be Tinashe with Quantum Baby. When I tell you that nobody deserves the last laugh like Tinashe, I know she's been independent for a couple of years now, but for her to be independent and to have as much success with a single as she did when she was with the label, and probably even more success than what she was with the label, my sister deserves the last laugh. She deserves to have the last say, and she did. And when artists start going independent at mass, my sister again needs to hold that class. She needs to teach that course, because I don't know, I feel like she's definitely one of the pioneers in that, in showing that you can be successful without them. And clearly we don't need them, because what exactly are they doing? Quantum Baby was really good. I cannot wait for what this third album for this trilogy is going to be like, because the second one was T. Favorite song on this album, I would definitely say Cross That Line. I can't really get past much without talking about Motherboard. It would definitely reminds me of Empty by Janet Jackson, if you all know that song, which if you know me, you know that song. Right. I don't know if it's like the instrumental itself or just like the essence of it. It just reminds me of that song. So, but outside of that, it's a really good song and I love it and it's my favorite. So, number 2, and I really want everybody to stay calm. When I say this, I just need everybody to be quiet. Number 2 is going to be Dopamine by Normani. Shut up.
What you gonna do? Punch me with an emoji? Like, bitch, y'all don't scare me the fuck, bald-headed.
Cause I already feel you. I already feel it. I feel it. And let me explain. We cannot sit here and say that the album is objectively bad. We can't sit here and say that. Can we talk about the sequencing of the album? Yes. Can we talk about the rollout or the lack thereof of the album? Yes, we obviously can. But to sit here and say that the album is objectively bad when it comes to the production quality, the music quality, can we say that it's objectively bad? No. I actually love almost every song on this album outside of one. Take My Time. I only take time to skip the out of that song. I don't know why she did that. Matter of fact, I feel like I have an idea of why she did that. She's trying to reach the same people that she was trying to reach with Motivation. And sister, we already know that you don't like Motivation like that. There was no point. You could have just left it alone and just did straight that whole whatever. The sound that you had for that album, which was the sound itself was cohesive. You could just stick with that, because putting that in there didn't make no sense. The way it didn't fit into the album at all, sonically, sequencing wise, nothing. It didn't serve any purpose for me. When it comes to just, again, talking about the lack thereof a rollout, where was the rollout? Where was it at? Literally, we got 2 songs pop out of nowhere, and then we got the album, and then dead silence for 6 months, and then a random ass performance that I'm be nice. It was a performance. She definitely was on stage. Honestly, it's at number 2 because, again, I literally like almost every single song on this album. This album pretty much takes up a majority of my Apple Replay. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the album is bad, because that's a lie. And I'm not going to lie. Not on my sister. At least not today. My favorite song, I'm going to have to say All Yours. If I'm just going off of what's on my Apple Replay, All Yours is in my top 5. So, I don't know. I like that she's being sexy. I don't know. She eats sexy. She eats sexy. Don't know what to tell you. So, thank you, Normani, for that album. I would like a music video. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I would at this point. I would like for something more to be done with the album. Something. Please do something. Anything. And for the #1 spot of my favorite R&B album for 2024, I really don't feel like we need to even say it, because if I talk about it, I'm not going to learn how to stop. It. My #1 album for 2024 is Access All Areas by Flo. And I really need everyone to stand the up when I say that, because this was the perfect title for this album, because this was in different areas. This was in different areas. I feel like when it comes to their critiques about Flo, I just think they're disingenuous, because what y'all are basing their critiques on is literally them just being inspired. You're critiquing them for being inspired. They keep telling y'all that they're inspired by late 90s and early 2000s R&B music. So in what world would they be making music that is different from that? And let's just go ahead and be fair. If you came after Aaliyah and Brandy and you're trying to be an R&B artist, that is your template. That is the template that literally everybody else follows. So I don't understand why Flo had to catch hell for literally doing what everybody else does, which is be a student of Brandy and Aaliyah. That's all they know how to do, and that's what they're supposed to do. That's how you become a good artist, is when you can take inspiration from the people that inspire you and make it your own. And I feel like Flo has made it their own. If you feel like there's not at least a distinct thing that Flo has going on, which I feel like a lot of y'all feel like production is the only means of having your own sound, which is not the case. There are other ways of establishing yourself as an artist and having something that's like your signature. Their harmonies are a signature for them as a group. So I feel like we just need to give them a lot more credit, and I really want them to, again, get a lot more popularity as the years go by. Everything about this album to me was perfect. Like, from the single choices to the rollout itself, they really put their foot into this. Like, I really don't have any notes. I enjoy every single song. This is a no-skip project. So, thank you, Flo. If I were to pick a favorite song on this album, I would definitely say Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda. Again, if you're going to pick a Timbaland and Missy beat, you have to be ready for that to be the best song on the album. And they know that. They know that. So I feel justified in saying that. They know that. So it is what it is. And I think that will be it for my top 10 albums of 2024 in R&B. Obviously, I have more albums that I listen to over the year that I will put as honorable mentions, but I definitely feel like this was a good year for R&B music. And yeah, I think that's it. I told you it wasn't going to be long. I just had to get that out of the way, because I said I was going to do this. I said I was going to make this video. I could have just done this on Twitter, but like, for some reason, I think that Twitter is shadow banning me, and that's really pissing me off. So I'm going to just go ahead and put this here and not even worry about them, what they got going on. Elon, you got one more. That's all I'm gonna say. You got one more time.
Get punched in your face.
Oh, hell no. I know that dress ain't got you thinking that kind of.
Thank you for watching my video. Tune in for more. And peace out.